This is the fifth in a series of talks that I want to give that are a response to questions that I've been asked on the doorstep while campaigning in South North Hants. And today I want to talk specifically from the point of view of my background in theology. And the two issues. The first one is about a priest who invited a Muslim community into his church in Waterloo, and this community was led by a woman imam. And the second is about ritual slaughter. And the two issues have become slightly controversial and need a little bit of clarification. The first, was the priest acting illegally by inviting a Muslim congregation, non-Christian congregation, to worship in his church? I really don't think so. Canon law allows for the discretion of the vicar, and in this case that's what he used. I think he probably should not have participated in the service himself. If you invite somebody else in, then you let them get on with it, I think. But this was a celebration for Women's Day, and I can see exactly what he was trying to do. About 2 or 3 weeks ago on the Commonwealth celebration, the service in Westminster Abbey, routinely this happens with national celebrations. People from other faiths and from other Christian denominations are present, often giving prayers in front of the Queen. And this is certainly true of the Commonwealth service the other day. Frankly, if it's good enough for the Queen, it's good enough for me. Just one extra point, we cannot learn more about our neighbours by being hostile to their beliefs. We actually need this interchange of beliefs and this friendliness and warmth. And no, I really do not think that inviting people of a different faith into a church is in any way going to compromise the identity of the church itself. Second issue about ritual slaughter. Here there is a problem. UKIP, I think, is being misrepresented. What UKIP is looking for is proper labelling. It would be inappropriate to start talking specifics at this moment and saying, oh yes, we want to stop this, we want to stop that. No. In the halal tradition and in the Jewish tradition, in the kosher tradition, animals are routinely slaughtered without being stunned first. There's an exception made in the law at the moment. In New Zealand, Muslim slaughter, Islamic slaughter, is generally conducted after the animal has been stunned, and I don't see too much of a problem with introducing that, providing we can make sure the stunning is appropriate. In the Jewish tradition, this would be impossible. It would render the animal injured and unclean. In New Zealand, again, the animals in the Jewish tradition, the moment their throat has been slit, they are then stunned. And that again is something that maybe we could look at in the interests of animal welfare. The Jewish butchers that I've spoken to are very keen to point out that the animals are treated exceptionally well. And indeed, what I've seen is that animals are brought into slaughter one at a time. There's no conveyor belt system, and it's very important that an animal that is being slaughtered does not see another animal being slaughtered. So I think there is care. What we can do is to encourage more care. However, there is talk that some elements of these animals make their way into the ordinary non-religious food chain. This is partly because in Jewish law it's not possible to eat the sciatic nerve which runs down the back. So since 1930s, many cows have just had their backsides chopped off, and that has been sent off into the ordinary supermarkets or shops. It's very difficult to take out the sciatic nerve. It is done in Europe, it is done in Israel, it is done in America, but it's not done here. What we can do in UKIP is demand better labelling. Now, why is this important? Because the Sikh tradition says that it is wrong to eat food that has been ritually slaughtered according to the Jewish or the Muslim practice. So we could actually make a major contribution by demanding better labelling. Now, one of the features of UKIP is that it listens to what people on the doorstep are saying, and it listens particularly to local concerns. I think the local concerns of the Sikh community are well worth listening to. And for that reason, I would support a move to better label our meat. At the same time, UKIP's got a tremendous proposal to stop the movement of live animals for slaughter across Europe. Sending animals off to another country simply because we don't want to pay for refrigerated lorries, this seems cheap and cruel, and it needs to be stopped. And, you know, frankly, to come back to the idea, I think if we're going to slaughter animals, we need to do it ourselves in abattoirs which we can control and to standards which we understand.